Hello, Namaste. Welcome to Hari Sadhana 108. Today I will be continuing reading chapter 22, part 7. Previously we saw Janak Baba came to meet and free Sita Ma from her promise. As Mata had promised Janak Baba, she won't leave this world without his permission. Soma narrates further. A few weeks later, an extraordinary event took place. It was just as the sun was setting. The light had already grown dim, but a beautiful pink hue filled the sky with a softness and quietude that was deeply nourishing. Mata and I stepped out of the cottage to take in the scene. How beautiful! I exclaimed. Mata nodded. Her face was beaming with joy. Just then we saw two ascetics emerging from the forest, a woman and a man. As they came closer, Mata exclaimed, Sage Anusuya and Rishi Atri. She hurried down the path to greet them and ushered them into the garden area. After they had been settled, two more figures emerged. It was Sage Arundhati and Guru Vasishta. Shortly after, Sage Khyati and Rishi Bhrigu arrived, and then Sage Lopamudra and Rishi Agastya, and so on until many great sages were seated in our garden area. I wondered what we should do. Should I begin to prepare food? By the expression on Mata's face, I saw that she was baffled as I, and there was no time to discuss preparing a meal as more people kept arriving. After so many of the rishis and sages were seated, I saw a group of what appeared to be celestial beings arrive. They came 10, 12 at a time. I recognized some, but many I did not. Mata seemed to know them all. Each one pronounced to her. Mata was standing on the path to her cottage in amazement as she received all the beings who were emerging from the forest and walking down the pathway that led to our cottage. Our garden could not accommodate everyone, and so they found places wherever they could, some at edge of the forest, some on all sides of the cottage. They seemed to be waiting for someone. Finally, after the arrival of so many, I saw a most beautiful pair walk down the path. I recognized them at once as Parvati Ma and Mahadev. They approached Mata and she pranammed to them. Then Mata whispered to Parvati Ma, What is this? Why has everyone come? It is your wedding day, dear. Shri Ram has called us all. Mata looked shocked. My wedding? But I am soon to leave this earth. Your celestial wedding. Shri Ram wanted everyone to witness your reunion in the celestial world. Mata still looked confused. I saw her look down at her clothing, but before our very eyes, Parvati Ma transformed Mata's simple ascetic dress into a celestial garment of magnificent beauty. With a smile, she and Mahadev went to sit right in front of the dais that had been magically erected. As Mata looked around at the scene in wonderment, we saw Shri Ram emerge from the forest and walk down the pathway to where we were standing. He also was clothed in wondrous celestial garments. He stopped in front of Mata and smiled. He had done all of this for her. I realized later that Shri Ram wanted Mata to depart this world in a scene of great joy and celebration. Taking her hand, Shri Ram led Mata to the dais. A canopy of light enfolded them as they sat there together. A hush fell over the crowd as Shri Ram acknowledged each one who had come with a nod of his head. He didn't speak for some time, but all of us could feel the great wave of love that swept over us. Finally, he spoke. I have asked you to come to be with us to witness the love that Sita has awakened in this creation. the love that was embedded in the universe waiting to be roused. It is her love that will sustain her mother Vasundarama during her difficult times, her love that will guide humanity forward. It is her love, my love, there is no distinction. Sita didn't take her eyes off Shri Ram as he spoke. He looked around at the gathering and then said quietly, "And for the love you have displayed and for your service to the creation, we are most grateful." To the sages, he said, "To you who have sacrificed your lives and left your places in the celestial spheres to serve this world, we are most grateful." He addressed the Devs and the Devis, "To you who maintain the balance of the worlds, without whom the natural order would be in disarray, we are most grateful." Then turning to Mahadev and Parvati Ma, and to Saraswati Ma and Brahmadev, who had quietly arrived and were now seated near them, he expressed his love. "Without you, there would be no worlds, no life. It is you who give rise to all that is and maintain the constant movement of time, transforming one life into another for the progression of the seen and unseen universes." A great light emanated from Shri Ram. Turning to Mata, he fell silent. When he spoke, he said, "I have no words to describe the one who is my guiding star, the sustainer of so many universes, the one without whom I am not." Mata continued to gaze at him with fixed eyes and an expression of great peace and joy. After he spoke these words, he fell silent. Mata said, "The love you describe, the love that sustains creation, is a love that only you can awaken. I may express it and spread it through the universe, but it is you who have awakened it in me." Shri Ram added, "When Sita returns to our celestial home, she will take with her a part of me. There can be no separation." At that moment, a beautiful chant arose. It seemed to come from all directions. "Shri Ram, Jai Jai Sita Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Jai Sita Ram." It was not until we were well into the night that the thought of food came to me. How was I to prepare a meal for all these guests? Just as this thought arose, I saw a large group of celestial attendants emerge from the forest with baskets and trays of food. They waved to me to come as if they knew me, and so I joined them. Handing me one of the trays, they indicated that I was to lead the way. I began to approach Mata with the tray, but from a glance of her eyes, I understood that the others were to be served first. I set the food before Mahadev and Parvati Ma, then Brahmadev and Saraswati Ma. In this way, all the guests were served, a wonderful feast of many food items. After the meal was finished, the attendants took the trays and baskets and disappeared into the forest. Everyone went into meditation, but the chanting continued through the night. I seated myself in the doorway of Mata's cottage and closed my eyes as I listened to the chanting. Never had I heard such a beautiful choir. Eventually, I drifted to sleep and awoke only when I heard the birds stir. Everyone was gone except Mata and Shri Ram, dressed in their ascetic clothing. They were seated in the garden. He was in meditation, and Mata was resting beside him, with her head upon his lap. There was no sign of anyone else, no sign of what had taken place the night before. I wondered if it had been a dream, a most beautiful dream. But a short time later, when Mata awoke, she told me that she was glad that I had witnessed the event of previous night. Last night was a great blessing for all of the earth's creatures and for Vasundarama. To have so many great ones gathered together in one place is most rare. It was Ram's gift to the world, she said. It was an expression of his love for you, I added. Is there any distinction between me and the world? She asked with a smile. I didn't understand her comment but responded, Of course not, Mata. Jai Shri Ram. This part is not authentic. However, it's beautifully written, and if imagined, it gives a peace to heart and mind. Jai Shri Ram. Let me know your views on this part. Do share this video among the like-minded ones. Have a great day. Jai Shri Ram.